Cardoz is in the ring. There's the young man who stepped in as the last-second replacement for Puffy. He's got 17 knockouts out of 23 victories. He's to be respected and not to be taken lightly. Jimmy Lennon Jr. standing to introduce the former champion of the gentleman in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us across the Southland on KCAL Channel 9, we welcome you to our featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Forum Boxing Incorporated, the Tropicana Resort and Casino, and Budweiser, the undisputed, undefeated king of beers. This bout coming away is sanctioned and directed under the auspices of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem. Executive director is Mark Ratner. Introducing to you now our judges scoring this bout from ringside, Patricia Jarman, Jerry Roth, and Dalby Shirley. Introducing to you our referee in charge of this bout. He'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Kenny Bayless. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening, a featherweight special attraction scheduled 10 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing solid red trunks, and joining us from Merida, Yucatan, Mexico. He weighed in at already 129 1/2 pounds with a record of 23 wins, 12 losses, and 2 draws. He has 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Geronimo Cardoz. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner in this 10-round featherweight main event, wearing black trunks with silver trim, hailing from Mexico City, Distrito Federal, Mexico. He weighed in at an even 125 pounds with an outstanding record of 44 wins, 2 losses. He has 32 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former WBO junior featherweight champion of the world, known as the baby-faced assassin, introducing Marco Antonio Barrera. Once again, a referee in charge, Kenny Bayless, now to give instructions. 10 rounds of boxing scheduled.
Okay, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution to obey my commands at all times and keep the fight clean at all times. Good luck to both of you. Touch gloves.
All right, the tail of the tape for this 10-round featherweight get-together. Barrera is 24, Cardoz 2 years younger. Barrera is a half-inch taller. He is 4.5 pounds lighter and has a reach advantage of 2 inches. Now, the rules governing this bout, 3 knockdown rule in effect. No standing 8 count. Can't be saved by the bell except in the last round. Only the referee can stop the fight. Accidental foul, they'll go to the scorecards after 3 rounds. Kenny Bayless is ready. The fighters are ready. Let's get it on with round number 1. There's the bell, and out they come. Cardoz, gentlemen, I think quite obviously is a prohibitive underdog to Barrera here.
Yes, he's been losing his recent fights, Tom, but he's been fighting for the Mexican championship. He's been going the distance in those fights, fighting for minor titles, and although he's lost to some good fighters, and he's been pretty much going the distance, although Wayne McCullough took him out in 7 rounds, I believe it was, 2 years ago.
I think in deference to the fact that this was certainly not a title fight of any degree, why the weight was allowed at 125, and Cardoz was allowed to come in over that as a fill-in at 129.5. So I would imagine as he stands there, gentlemen, he might weigh 132 or 133 pounds.
At least. You know, the best thing that he has going for him is the fact that he's trained by Juan Barrera, ex-world champion. That's the guy in his corner.
Barrera looks excellent so far, Tom.
Doesn't he?
He looks very accurate. His punches have come out looking very sharp here, landing with a lot of his shots already. And Cardoz is already feeling those punches.
Yeah, keeps coming forward, though, does Cardoza. I caution you again, he has 17 knockouts out of 23 victories, so he does pack some power, but Barrera looks very calm, cool, and right on time as he has. Look, there's one just a little bit south of the border.
And I guess he has to believe that he can do something. He was training for another fight when he was called. He took on this fight.
So it's not as though he was driving a truck somewhere and suddenly got a telephone call on the cell phone and said, listen, can you be in Las Vegas Saturday, huh?
Yeah, not like Chicho Valenzuela. They called him, he was fishing.
Cardoz didn't like that shot just below the liver thrown by Barrera. And he looked at Barrera, and the referee, Kenny Bayless, said, keep him up.
Interesting transformation has taken place with Marco Antonio Barrera since he lost the title. We used to talk to him a couple of years ago all the time about fighting Naseem Hamed. There were already preliminary negotiations going on between Foreign Boxing and the people in England about getting that fight together. And everybody was talking about Barrera fighting Hamed. Now, yesterday, when we sat down with him for an hour or so, we were talking to Marco Antonio about that. He didn't even pay attention to Hamed. All he's talking about, I got to get my title back. I got to get my title. I'm not worried about Hamed. Not worried about going up to 126. Got to get my title. He's totally focused on becoming a champion again.
The only guy that has ever beaten him is Junior Jones, and you might think along that vein that he would say, first of all, I want to knock Junior Jones in the middle of next week and rectify that, because he thinks that he, A, did not lose that second fight, or perhaps whatever. He didn't think he lost both of them. But no, he wants the championship, and whoever's holding it, he wants it. Cardoza gets nailed and goes down flat on his face from a series of punches. 7, 8, 9.
He was deciding right there whether or not he wanted to get up. He could have gotten up, and he thought, I think I've had just about enough of this.
Yeah, he probably said that if he multiplied the number of dollars and pesos, he said, this is it. I don't need any more punches.
Yeah. Well, a very focused, very intent, and a very determined, quite obviously, Marco Antonio Barrera to put on a performance here tonight, second bout in his comeback career. He's hardly broke a sweat, and boy, he really goes to work on Cardoz here.
Well, he was very sharp and very accurate, and it was getting quite obvious that he had too much class for Geronimo or Cardoz, and there's that brilliant left hook and the follow-up right hand. Two clean, crisp punches. Look at that left. Watch the follow-up right. There it is, right on the chin, the mouthpiece flying out. A beautiful combination by Marco Antonio Barrera. I tell you, Tom, this is really a clean shot. That is a knockout blow. That's a real KO pill right there. And yes, he could have got up, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the time of 2 minutes, 59 seconds in round number 1, a referee in charge, Kenny Bayless, reaches the count of 10. The winner by way of knockout, the babyface assassin, Marco Antonio Barrera.
Barrera's record now goes to 45-2 and 33 knockouts. His sister and a number of the members of his family here tonight. His sister's name is Sandra. She was the lady in the black dress and cheering her brother on to still another victory. Marco Antonio is in the ring with Fernando Paramo. They'll talk about this fight and what the future may have in store for the former champ. Let's go to Fernando.
Thank you, gentlemen. Marco Antonio, you say that you did most of your work in the training. Is this the reason for that? Dice que había hecho mucho trabajo en tu entrenamiento. ¿Esta es la razón para hacerlo así?
Pues sí, trabajé durante 2 meses para el tipo de rival saliera, si era necesario buscar los 10 rounds en knockout, no iba a haber problema por la condición física que traía.
Yes, indeed. He did work very hard, worked 2 months in the ring so that he could come out and look for the knockout during the 10 rounds here in this fight. We're going to see the fight and tell us what is going on while you're knocking this guy out. Aquí vamos a repetición y nos está pasando.
Pues lo vimos entrar y vimos que le entraba muy bien el López, por eso fue que seguimos golpeando y fue donde le entró la derecha plenamente.
He says that he was looking for him. He can see that he can plant the right hand, and that's the reason he went for it right away. Did he present any problem at all? ¿Te presentó algún problema?
Pues un poco, es un peleador un poco tieso, entonces tenía yo que trabajarle a rapidez y por piernas por el tipo de rival.
This is the kind of opponent he did have to just work on his speed, go move laterally and then go for him. Well, congratulations on the quest for another championship. Felicidades.
Gracias, hasta luego.
Back to ringside.
All right, thank you, Fernando.